In the history of economic thought, utopian order and utopian freedom represent two distinct, yet equally idealistic, approaches to designing a perfect society. These concepts explore the fundamental tension between social harmony achieved through collective planning and individual prosperity driven by liberty. Utopia order. This concept refers to the idea of a perfect society achieved through a highly structured, planned, and centralized system. The core belief is that societal problems like poverty, inequality, and social conflict arise from chaotic and unregulated individual actions. Proponents of utopian order argue that only by abolishing private property and competition, and by instituting a rational, top-down organization of the economy, can society reach a state of true justice and abundance. Historical context. The idea of utopian order can be traced back to Plato's Republic, which advocated for a society ruled by philosopher kings. In more modern history, this concept is most famously embodied in Sir Thomas More's Utopia, 1516, which depicted a communist island society with no private property, a strict work schedule, and uniform housing and clothing. This ideal was later mirrored in the works of early socialists and communists who believed that central planning was the key to eliminating the flaws of capitalism. Key economic principles. Abolition of private property. Resources and production are owned collectively. Central planning. Economic decisions, what to produce, how much, and for whom, are made by a central authority, not by individual market forces. Equality. The goal is to eliminate economic disparities and ensure a fair distribution of goods and labor. Utopia freedom. In stark contrast, utopian freedom envisions a perfect society as one that maximizes individual liberty and minimizes government intervention. This perspective holds that human flourishing is best achieved when individuals are free to pursue their own self-interest, engage in voluntary exchange, and own private property without significant restraint. This spontaneous order is believed to lead to innovation, efficiency, and general prosperity for all. Historical context. The concept of utopian freedom finds its roots in the Enlightenment and the rise of classical liberalism. Adam Smith's invisible hand is a foundational idea, suggesting that the pursuit of self-interest in a free market inadvertently creates social benefits. In the 20th century, economists like Friedrich Hayek and Milton Friedman championed this view, arguing that central planning inevitably leads to a loss of both economic and political freedom. Key economic principles. Private property and free markets. These are considered essential for economic activity and individual autonomy. Limited government. The state's role is primarily to protect property rights, enforce contracts, and maintain a stable legal framework, not to direct economic outcomes. Individual self-interest. The belief that individuals acting in their own best interest will, through competition and voluntary exchange, create an efficient and prosperous society. Distinctions. The core distinction between these two utopian concepts lies in their approach to the relationship between the individual and society. Feature. Utopia order. Utopia freedom. Guiding principle. Social harmony through planning. Individual liberty through markets. Economic mechanism. Centralized, top-down control. Decentralized, bottom-up markets. Role of the state. Expansive, the primary economic planner. Minimal, a protector of private property and contracts. View of human nature. Individuals can be guided to act for the collective good. Individuals, driven by self-interest, create positive outcomes. View on private property. abolished or severely restricted. Essential for freedom and prosperity.